What's up? Welcome back to Cover 2 with B-Woo. Earl knows it all, and as you can see, I'm flying solo today, so I decided to do something a little different with today's show. We have our mid-season NFL power rankings. We're halfway through the season, and a little hint, the teams that you see today, none of them will win the Super Bowl. Yep, that is correct. I'll give you my Super Bowl pick at the end of this, so stay tuned all the way to the end. Make sure that you do me a favor and yourself a favor. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a thing. Let's get into it right now. Well, like I said, today we're doing the show a little bit different. I'm flying solo. Shout out to my co-host B-Woo. He's off today, but we're going to give you the content that you need still. We got you covered in the NFL, and we wanted to do something a little different today. We're doing our power rankings, man. We're halfway through the season right now. We're starting to decide who are the contenders, who are the pretenders, and the more things start to get further along the season, the more it seems a little bit like, oh, we still don't know who's the best team in the league, man. So it's interesting, man. I'm going to give you what my prediction is for the Super Bowl champ, but we'll start with the number 32 team. Yes, that is the absolute worst team in the NFL. Who could it be? The New England Patriots come in at number 32 for us, man. If you were watching Week 10's game and you saw them travel out to Germany, on behalf of everyone at the U.S. Embassy and all of the diplomats in the United States, the good people of Germany, I want to apologize for you guys having to sit through, I guess we can call that football, sit through one of the most horrendous displays of offensive football that you'll ever see. And it was led by Mac and Cheese, Mr. Mac Jones, and old Dollar Bill, my good friend Dollar Bill, Bill Belichick, and the New England Patriots, man. They lose that game 10-6. That has them all the way down at the bottom for me as the number 32 team. And we're starting to hear loud, it's not even whispers anymore, loud chatter that one Mr. Bill Belichick will be no more in New England. I talked to some New England Patriots fans, and they say, yeah, I think it's about that time, man. I was listening to the radio after that game, man, some sports talk, and they said, man, New England does not have any kind of weapon, not a one that makes you afraid. Even you look at a team like, the Cardinals, or, whoever you want to say the worst team is, the Bears, whatever, the Denver Broncos, they have at least one weapon on that team that you say, hey, we got a game plan for, and maybe we have to stop this guy. The New England Patriots are void of that. That is why they're number 32. Now, Patriots fans, you guys may be a little bit upset with me because I got a secret for you. We're only doing the top 10 in this, but I had to give you a little shot, man. The Patriots come in at number 32. For lack of time, we'll go right now to our number 10 team after this, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers come in at 6-3. They're in second place in the AFC North. AFC North may be the most competitive division in football, and it's kind of topsy-turvy there, man. A lot going on, but they got some questions at quarterback with Mr. Pickett, and they got a very good receiver in Pickens, who's out there at wide receiver, George Pickens. But the one thing they do is just win close games. We've seen it all season. They come from behind and figure out a way to win, and Mike Tomlin continues to look like a coach that will not ever suffer a losing season, man. He's one of the best to ever do it, Super Bowl champion coach, and I trust Mike Tomlin. I trust Mike Tomlin more than I trust the actual parts on that team. So that's why the Pittsburgh Steelers come in at number 10 for me. Next, we'll go to our number 9 team in the power rankings, the Seattle Seahawks. Now, the Seattle Seahawks, of course, made my early season power rankings. They're a team that I believe in as well. I told you the Seattle Seahawks will eventually win the NFC West, and they're right there in striking distance, tied for first place with the San Francisco 49ers. They pulled out a victory yesterday, a field goal battle, it seems, against the Washington Commanders. They handle their business and they just keep winning. They're 6-3 also. Now, the reason I like this team is because they have some Super Bowl pedigree as well. They're a team that has a head coach that's won a Super Bowl, and Pete Carroll. They've been there. Geno Smith is a grizzled veteran, a guy that is tough. They got a still decent defense and a very good running game as well. And they have a guy like DK Metcalf that's a big play guy. So we like that team. We put them at number 9 in our power rankings. Coming in at number 8, this team fell down to number 8, actually, for me. The Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville got trounced. They looked horrible. Now, I predicted that San Francisco would win this game against them in Week 10. However, I did not expect it to be a 34-3 beatdown. That San Francisco defense got after Trevor Lawrence, and they made that team look very bad. And they couldn't stop them defensively, couldn't stop them offensively. A home game to get beat by 31 points. We got to knock you down a couple notches. We still keep them in our top 10. They are winning that division, and they should be on the lookout for a team that got honorable mention from me, C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans. Shout out to D'Amico Ryans. How you doing? I'm rooting for you, man. Keep doing your thing. Yeah, but we got Jacksonville coming in at number 8. They were hot. They were once the hottest team in the NFL. They were brought back down to earth by the San Francisco 49ers. Our number 7 team pulled off an upset that I did not see coming, I'll admit, man. The Cleveland Browns are our number 7 team. They win a big game against the Baltimore Ravens, who I've said for time and time again that I think the Ravens will be the AFC champions eventually, but they come out and get a victory 33-31 over the Ravens. Missed the extra point that would have tied the game late, but the defense makes some big plays, gets the football back, and the kicker, D. Hopkins, he redeems himself, hits the game-winning field goal, and the Cleveland Browns lead with a victory in Baltimore at that. Cleveland's defense is why I will put them in this top 10 and have them at number 7. And they've had a couple games where they're giving up a lot of points against a team like the Colts, and of course against this team, the Ravens, as well. But the resiliency they showed, and I feel like Deshaun Watson maybe is starting to kind of get a rhythm back maybe a little bit now. So they're a team to watch. That's our number 7 team, the Cleveland Browns. Coming in at number 6, I wrestled with this because they didn't play this week, so that's why I kept them here. Didn't want to penalize a team that played and, played a tough team that's also in this rankings. So we got the Miami Dolphins at number 6. Sometimes just not playing can help you. Their last game was last week against Kansas City Chiefs. They came out and got beat 21-0 in that first half, fought back, but eventually fell a little bit short in that last drive against Kansas City Chiefs. But that was a tough team. They're leading the AFC East right now, so we give them kudos for that. That's why we put them at number 6. Tua, Tyreek Hill, and Jason Waddle, and Claypool, and all of the weapons they have. A-Chain should be back soon. They got Mostert at running back. They just have a host of weapons. I like Mike McDaniels as a head coach. He's a fun guy, man. He's kind of quirky. And that's just a fun team to watch, too. Good offense, maybe the best offense in the NFL. We've seen them put up 70 points in the game. We put them at number 6. We still got them a little bit lower because that trust factor is still not there. They got to win a game against a really good team at some point. Coming in at number 5, it pains me to put them here. If they would have just held on and handled their business in this game today, we would have had them higher, but we have to put my Baltimore Ravens at number 5. They fall to number 5 after taking a loss to the Cleveland Browns at home, a game that they were up in, looked like they had it under wraps, and you make a couple mistakes, a tip ball or a ball thrown off a helmet that caroms up into the in the sky and gets returned for a pick 6, and things change very quickly, man. Then they give up the game-winning field goal. You lose a game at home like that, division rival. I'll give them a little bit of grace because of that, but they're still one of the best teams in the league, I still think. I think Lamar Jackson's still right there in that MVP hunt, so we have them at number 5. We did knock them down. We would have had them a lot higher. They could have pulled out that game, continued their winning ways, and had the best record in the AFC, but because of that loss, we'll put them at number 5. Now, our number 4 team is a team that I've been preaching to the masses about all season, man. I doubted them early on before the season started, but now I do have to say I believe in them. The Detroit Lions are my number 4 team in this power ranking. The last power ranking, I had them at number 6. A lot of people in the comments said, hey, Earl, man, you got this team a little too high. They shouldn't be that high. They shouldn't be number 6. What have they done since then? They just keep on winning, man. They won a high-scoring shootout against the Los Angeles Chargers. And if you were watching my NFL matchups, I told you they win a close game against them. It was a lot more high-scoring than I thought it would be. But I tell you, don't ever trust the Chargers, and you would have won if you did that. The Lions pull out that victory, man. They put up 41 points. Offense was rolling in that game, man. Montgomery had a big breakaway run, man. They got a great running game. They got some good weapons outside, and they have a Super Bowl quarterback, a guy that's been to the Super Bowl. We forget this about one Mr. Jared Goff, but he's first overall pick. He's been to a Super Bowl. He has a certain pedigree, so we have to respect that. That's why I have the Detroit Lions as my number 14. Our next pick, it probably pains me to say this, but, sometimes it's beautiful when a plan comes together. I'm going to put the San Francisco 49ers at number 3, man. They had a very big bounce back win after losing 3 in a row. They got a bye week. Purdy came back, looked a lot better. Still is a little bit loose with the ball at times, but the thing that makes this team a top 3 team, and the thing that could have me very upset if they do, in fact, go to the Super Bowl and have a chance to win it, is their defense. They picked up Chase Young. He got his first action as a 49er. And Chase Young and Nick Bosa on the ends could very well be a problem, man. They look very good. They had a meeting at the quarterback, Trevor Lawrence, yesterday, man. And you got the 2 Ohio State Buckeye guys, 2 top picks out there wreaking havoc. They're going to be a very tough team. We also saw Trent Williams come back, and we also saw Deebo Samuel back in that game as well and make some plays. So San Francisco's getting back healthy. We had them at number 1 last time. They've dropped because of that 3-game losing streak they had, but they seem like a team that's on the uptick. We got the 49ers as our number 3 team. That leaves us with a top 2, and you guys probably now can figure out who our top 2 teams are, or maybe you can't because there are a couple teams that are surprises that aren't on here. So number 2, the Kansas City Chiefs are number 2. I know they didn't play this week. They got a bye week, but their last game, they beat a very tough Dolphins team. The Kansas City Chiefs, surprisingly enough, their defense is why I have them here. They've been a very good defensive team. You could say maybe the most consistent and best defense in the NFL this year. And, of course, they got Patrick Mahomes, man. He's a very bad man. Cannot deny that. Travis Kelce, all of the stuff with Taylor Swift be, putting that to the side. This is a very tough team. They got championship pedigree. They've won 2 Super Bowls. They got a head coach who knows what he's doing. He's done it for over 20-plus years. They are my number 2 team. And like I said, sometimes you can overthink this thing. They just keep trucking along. They now have the best record in the AFC. They'll probably be the number 1 seed in the AFC again, and they'll probably be hosting the Kansas City Invitational again for the 6th straight year in the AFC Championship game. That remains to be seen. Our number 1 team, I didn't wear the hat today, but I have it here. The Philadelphia Eagles, man. Fly, Eagles, fly. The Eagles are our number 1 team, man. We like them a lot. Why? Because they just keep winning. That best record in football, 8-1. They're coming off a bye week as well. They've won some tough division games against Cowboys. They've handled the Commanders twice. I think Jalen Hurts is right there in the MVP race as well. A.J. Brown has had a magnificent season. He just continues to dominate on the outside. They've added Julio Jones. Who knew in 2023 that adding Julio Jones would be something that we would have to bring up and talk about being a plus? You also have Devontae Smith, who's a great receiver as well. So they got a lot of weapons. And I think that defense will start to kind of go into shape and the form. And they got a very tough schedule coming up soon. So this will really tell what they are able to do when they come back against Kansas City. Then they got the Bills, and they got some tough games in the next few weeks. So right now, today, though, I have them as my number 1 team. Now, if you watched the beginning of this video, I told you I'll give you my top 10, of course, sprinkled in with number 32. Here's looking at you, old dollar bill and the New England Patriots. But I must admit, none of these teams will win the Super Bowl. There's a team that is conspicuous, I guess you could say, in its absence. Who could I be talking about? Could it be the Buffalo Bills? No, not the Buffalo Bills. Could it be Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals? Not the Cincinnati Bengals. No, the team that will actually win the Super Bowl that is not a part of this top 10 mid-season NFL power rankings are the Dallas Cowboys, man. For the first time since last century, the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott, yes, I said Dak Prescott, will win the Super Bowl, man. They dominated the Giants again, and I'm not just saying that because everybody's dominated the Giants, but I just think the Cowboys are the team I keep coming back to. The Cowboys are battle-tested. They face some tough teams. They come up short, but eventually, I think they're going to get over the hump. They'll go to Vegas, and they will be your Super Bowl champion. Yes, the Dallas Cowboys will be the Super Bowl champs. You guys, thank you for watching, for staying tuned to watch this entire show. Make sure you do yourself a favor, like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications, and share this video. And please comment below. Tell me what you think about my top 10 power rankings. Tell me what you think about my Super Bowl pick. Do you have another team? Do you think one of these teams in the power rankings will win it? Am I delusional? Am I losing my mind picking the Dallas Cowboys as the Super Bowl champs? Maybe I am. You guys comment below. Tell me what you think. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day.